Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please say out. How should I pronounce your name?
Birdev.
Birdev.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it name of some deity?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please tell us something about deity.
Sir, it is named after the Shepherd community's god of the Karnataka and Maharashtra border, named as Vitthal Birdev. So it is named after that god, sir.
What does Vitthal stand for?
Vitthal is the incarnation of Vishnu, sir, and Birdev is the incarnation of Shiva, sir.
How can we understand make sense of two coming together?
Sir, it's a mythological story that, sir, the both came together to solve the problems of the community. So, in the Patanpadoli village of the Kolhapur district, there is a residence of Vitthal Birdev, sir. So, at that place, it is believed that both God came to resolve or solve the problems of the community, sir.
Okay. And what are we thinking about in terms of problems of the community?
Current problem, sir? The mythological problem, sir.
Yes.
Yes, the one of the demon came to disturb the entire livelihood or the entire sheep and goats of the shepherd community. So both God came to destroy that demon. So that was the mythological story, sir.
Birdev, the community, it seems, as far as the mythology goes,
Yes.
the community seems to have occupied with that occupation since its beginning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it has not changed.
It has changed, sir. So, some people of the community has got the employment in the private sector or the government sector. Some are still pursuing their traditional occupation, sir.
Okay, so there is a transformation.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now getting back to Vitthal again, and you are from Maharashtra, so as an avatar of Vishnu,
Yes.
Vitthal enjoys significant place as far as state of Maharashtra is concerned. What can you tell us about that?
So, Vitthal is considered the Varkari tradition, which is generally associated with the Vitthal, which is considered as the incarnation of Vishnu, where the people generally considered have a vegetarian diet. They travel a month-long journey from their villages to visit the god at the Vitthal, generally considered as Ashadi Ekadashi. So that was their devotion or the personalized devotion, which initiated during the Bhakti movement era of the.
Can we look at Vitthal as a god?
So yes, sir.
So, God. What is the peculiarity of Vitthal as a god?
Sir, the people associated themselves with the God itself, sir. So another thing is that they feel that the personal connection that exists with that God, sir. So they go year by year to visit the God with the compassion or the love, sir.
You have anthropology.
Yes, sir.
I am not still in a position to make sense of as to why we as Indian society have crores of gods. Why it has been so?
Sir, India is considered as a diverse, sir. There exists a unity in the diversity, sir. And the gods are aligned with the mythological tradition of each of the communities, sir. So there exist tribal gods which are in sync with that community tradition, sir. There exist the multiple gods in the Hindu community, sir. There are multiple gods associated with each of the traditions, sir. There are
So it is manifestation of Indian social diversity.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can say like that.
Is there anything else?
No, sir. We can say just a reflection of the social diversity, sir.
Okay, good. In anthropology, okay, you must have studied the state of religion in society in general. So, what is religion? The study of religion part of anthropology.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let us focus on Indian society. Can you tell us the way in which religion underwent a change in 20th century? Let us start from 1900.
Sorry, sir. I have not got your questions.
The changes witnessed by or in the domain of religion. Okay, 1900 onwards, 20th century. Just focus on 20th century.
Sir, considering the two streams, one the mainstream society, another is the tribal society. There exist multiple types of religions in the tribal society, like the monotheism or the polytheism or the nature worship or the totemism, sir. As far as the mainland society is concerned, the multiple sects are there, sir. For example, the worship of Vishnu, the worship of Shiva, they're called as the Nainars and Alvars, sir. Another is the goddess worship, like the Lakshmi worship, sir. And it is considered as the Hindu community. Another, they consider in the Abrahamic religions, which are the Islamic or the Christian related. There are the the worship of the Allah, sir, or the worship of the Jesus Christ, sir. So they are in sync with the diversity of the India's society, sir.
They are in sync.
Yes, sir.
See, we were part of colonialism.
Yes.
Okay, colonialism brought here so many things. Okay, but yes, we also as society interacted with the colonial regime, and that is how something called as Indian modernity emerged. Now it was expected that as we grow modern, identities such as religious shall diminish. But did that happen?
So religion is a very personal affair, sir, and the constitution itself gives us a right to religious freedom, sir. So I think that or not.
That is fine. That is fine. So we have as citizens multiple rights, and one of the important rights happens to be we have or not to have
Religion.
That is okay. That is part of that. But we as society, we as human beings, are still deeply influenced by religion.
Sir, there exists a religious bond that connect the people of the same religion with the people of the same religion, sir. So that act as a very.
Let's make it simple. What role does religion play in the life of human beings?
Sir, firstly, the religion act as a bond which connects the people of the same religions together. Another act as a, for example, it helps us to grow in the business, sir. Like the members of the same religion helping the members of the other religions to grow in their businesses, sir. To providing the multiple help in the form of network or the financial capital, sir. Another is the religion act as a stress reliever for individual people, sir.
Now, is there any spiritual purpose or function done by religion?
The spirituality lies at the core of the religion, sir.
Okay, so it is yes part of
Yes.
the function of it. Okay. 91 onwards, we as Indian society, if I say this, would that be correct assessment? You can tell us. Religiosity in our society is increasing day by day, post 91. Would that be correct assessment?
So we can say like that, sir. So because there is a fundamental difference between being a religious and a person of religion, sir. So
Religiosity.
sir, religiosity, we can say that a religiosity is increasing, sir.
Increasing.
Yes.
Now, what would be the marker of that? Look, by looking at something, X or Y, you can say that this is nothing but increase in religiosity. What would be those, let us say, markers, evidences?
The religiosity is a very personal affair, sir. Individually started to associate it with multiple things. Like if I take example of myself, sir, I visit a temple, for example, to look for a source of energy that motivates me, sir. So likewise, it varies with people to people, sir. So we cannot generalize such things, sir.
In Indian Constitution, okay, it is assumed and written on that word found to place even in preamble to the Constitution, secular.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the principle of secularism demands a separation between private and public domain. And as far as religion is concerned, religion is supposed to be limited to personal affair. Okay, am I right?
Sir, it's a negative concept of secularism, sir, that exists in the Western countries, sir. But India follows the positive concept of secularism, sir. Sir, where can, in case of state can interfere in the religious affairs as far as it is violating the fundamental rights of the citizen.
So that is fine. That is fine. There we are talking about state's interference.
Strict separation of.
How does state relate itself with religion? That is fine. But we are talking about an individual and religion. So as part of secularism, okay, you are supposed to keep your religion limited to personal affair. You are an individual.
Yes, sir.
You may be a religious person. I may be a religious person.
Yes, sir.
But as part of secularism, we as individuals are supposed to limit that. Keep that limited. That is my religious affair to be limited to personal affair. Is that so or not?
Sir, I beg your pardon for this. I want to differ on this, sir. The Constitution gives us a right to religion, sir, where we can profess or propagate our religious opinions to others, sir. So we can practice in a society by abiding the social norms, sir, without violating the social harmony or the public order, sir. So we can't say that like it is restricted to myself itself, sir.
Okay, it is not restricted to personal domain.
Yes, sir.
We can take it to public domain.
Yes, sir.
So that is allowed.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
But then the whole purpose of secularism would land in trouble.
No, sir. The concept of secularism.
That would be politicization of religion. Then,
So the main concept of secularism is, if you take the stricter version, likewise the negative concept of secularism, to separate the religious affairs from the state interference, sir. So, and India follows the positive concept of secularism, sir, whereby the government itself can interfere in the religious matters or can support the educational institutions in religious affairs, sir. So state-sponsored religious reforms are allowed, sir. So that form of secularism and the one which is we are discussing, like the restricting the religious to individuals, the both are, I think, the difference.
different.
Yes.
Okay, they don't sing with each other.
This
Okay, fine, that's it. You come from the community shepherd.
shepherd community.
Okay. What would be the size of your community in terms of population as far as your state is concerned?
So it is amounting something about 13% of the total population of the state.
What would be the number in general?
1.5 crores, sir.
155 crores.
1.5 crore.
Okay, fine. And your district is part of Western Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
So what would be their size as far as Western Maharashtra is concerned?
Sir, it is generally lower than the state percentage, sir.
So that is fine. But if you are asked to put a number, a figure, what would be that?
In terms of
Total population.
in terms of percentage.
Yes. No population, even you can tell me broad figure.
Sorry, sir. I'm
1.5 crore. Your community in Western Maharashtra would be, what would be the size of that?
in the overall Western Maharashtra.
Yes.
Something around 30%, 35%, sir.
And about your district?
Something in that range, sir. In the lower end, sir. Something 25 to 27%, sir.
But your district is not particularly known for the community.
Yes, sir.
Is it so or not?
Yes, sir. It is not known for the majority of the shepherd communities.
Okay, so is there any part of your state where this community resides in significant numbers? Eastern Maharashtra, Western, you said no, that is not the case. Marathwada, some other part.
So, in Western Maharashtra, some districts have a dominated populations. If you take the consider of a Solapur district surrounding the Sangola Tehsils, or if you take the Pune district like the Baramati district or the Mada constituency, sir.
There are certain
Pockets.
pockets. Okay, fine. What would be the reason behind that?
So the main reason is the traditional occupation, where the people travel from place to place along with their flocks, sir. So eventually they resided in the place where they felt it is comfortable for their longer period of residence, sir. It might be the major reason behind the pockets of population. Another is the availability of pasture land for their flocks, sir.
In anthropology, you must have studied about the process of accommodating the concerns of communities as well as communities into the mainstream. That is, let us say, assimilating certain communities. Let us take example of the community shepherd into the mainstream. There are certain anthropologists who studied about that process. So, any particular name comes to your mind? It is mainstreaming some community.
Sir, there is a concept of tribe caste continuum, sir. I'm just relating with but I'm getting it difficult to recall the name of the anthropologist, sir. But I will surely read about it, sir.
Okay. Tribes being part of your subject, there is no doubt about that. Okay. Now, how should we associate, that is, as a mainstream society, with tribes in India? Should we design their entire life and transform their life and design it along the lines of the mainstream?
This is the concept of tribal Panchashil given by the Jawaharlal Nehru fits well with the development of tribal society, sir. It acts as the integrationist approach, which requires us to allow the tribal to develop along the line of their development, sir, rather than imposing our own model of thought or own model of culture on the tribal society, sir.
So we should not impose our culture on there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, whenever we think about educating tribal groups, or for that matter, those groups and communities which are peripheralized education, okay, we are talking about that. Then what problems are we likely to face? It is giving them access to education. So what problems comes to your mind?
So major is the unavailability of script for the tribal languages. Another is the reluctance of the mainstream society to work in the tribal dominated areas, providing the difficult terrain or the inaccessibility. Another is the cultural resistance which the tribals are providing with the mainstream society, or the suspicion they have with the mainstream society, sir. Another is the infrastructural gaps, sir, which are existing in the tribal dominated areas, like the unavailability of teachers or the unavailability of the physical infrastructure, sir, like schools or the drinking water or sun.
About content of education in terms, we can simply say the syllabus. Are we likely to face any problem in that regard?
Sir, actually, in the eras after the independence, we generally extended the syllabus of the mainstream society to the tribal society, sir. But that has not shown the substantial result what we were wanted, sir. So major suggestions given by the Dhaza committee to integrate the tribal milieu or the tribal cultural tradition into that mainstream society, sir, so that they can feel that they have stakes in the syllabus, sir. So they can associate themselves with that syllabus, sir.
Okay, so that is another area we need to
Improve upon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Good. You have written here you work somewhere.
Yes, sir.
What was that venture all about?
Sir, after the sudden lockdown in the March 2020, sir, we were shifted to virtual mode of education. Our graduation last year was not yet completed. So our occupation started facing certain problems due to the sudden lockdown. So I had to take the financial responsibility of my family. So the India Post opened.
So you landed there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is there any scheme for your community, especially education, as far as your state is concerned?
Sir, government is providing fee reduction for those students which are coming from the nomadic tribe C, NTC category. Also providing the hostel facilities at the government hostels. For example, if you take the Pune, there are government hostels, sir. And fee waivers are already providing, sir. And also providing the reservation in the educational institutions, sir.
Okay, so these are, but scheme, is there a particular scheme? Because community migrate from places to places. So, in order to take care of that, is there any scheme?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall the exact scheme, but they are subsumed under the post-matric or the pre-matric scholarship, sir.
Okay. Now, imagine yourself in capacity of a policymaker, and then you are asked to suggest some measure in terms of about education, and keeping in mind the community migrates different places. So, what do you suggest?
Giving working as the educational secretary of the government of Maharashtra, sir, I would initially break down the situation for considering the only shepherd community for this purpose, sir. So we'll analyze the problems which they are facing, sir. Initially try to have the migration pattern with us, sir, from the brief period where they are staying, sir. Likewise, if you consider of ourselves, we are generally migrate to the surrounding areas of the Karnataka Maharashtra border during the harvesting season, sir. During the rainy season, we migrate to the less rainfall regions, sir. So if you take the migration pattern, we can analyze their residence pattern. So likewise, we can allocate the funds for that, so that the children of that community residing that particular area can be allocated to the government school in that area, sir. So we can digitize such records, so that we can shift the records to the individual schools. And we can make, that one is the case, sir. Another is the digital account of the individual student, sir. So that if the physical relocation or the physical transfer of a student takes place, there would not be any substantial change, because the digital transfers are easy, sir. That can be easily transferred from one school to another school, sir.
Okay, what confluence?
Sir, being the first generation learner, sir, my family and I had the aspiration to government, sir, and the civil services is providing me that opportunity, sir. and another is the success or my journey in the civil services inspire the many more students who are having the similar socio-economic background, sir. Sir, another is the civil services provides me the better job security and the better pay conditions, sir, with the help of which I can take care of my family, sir. And another, the foremost reason is the job satisfaction which I am getting through the civil services, sir. The connect with which people, the journey from my village to the Pune, sir, that I have seen, or that I want to be associated with the people throughout my life, sir.
Whatever you shared as part of your logic, that is explaining your logic or rational brain joining civil services. Now, have you seen any officer, public official, is a civil servant? By seeing at him her, you got convinced. Yeah, this is on your own.
No, sir. The civil servants have changed from the level of education I have got transformed. For example, in my primary school of education, the block education officer who came for the inspiration of our school was my role model for at that stage, sir.
Okay, so you have that element in mind.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Mr. Birdev, you completed your civil engineering
Yes.
from COE, College of Engineering, Pune.
Yes, sir.
It is a well-known college.
Yes, sir.
It is now an autonomous college.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, are there any improvement in that college after becoming an autonomous college?
Sir, the government gives the autonomous criteria to the college to maintain or allow the colleges to maintain their own functions and own finances, sir. So government is managing all this affair with the college fees of the students and allocating that the fees are used to give the salary or the major functions of the colleges, sir. So government is not interfering in the day-to-day affairs of the colleges, sir.
Okay, and which major changes happen because of autonomy in terms of quality of education?
So autonomy structure gives the college the more freedom in the deciding the curriculum, sir. So that is aligning the curriculum with the industry academia linkages, sir. Allowing students to do more internship with the private sector, sir. So that was the change. Another is the leap in the extracurricular activities which the college has progressed, sir. And the college has the multiple clubs, sir. So I can say the autonomous nature gave the college the freedom so that the multiple clubs have flourished in the college, sir.
Recently, one of the alumni of your college contributed or gave the very good donation to college. So, do you know his name?
Sir, I just recall their surname, sir. Natu brother, I think. The electrical department have been named by their, sir. But there are...
I'm talking about the recent things. Because alumni of COUP, they are also contributing to COUP, like
Yes.
IITians,
Yes.
IIT alumni. They are contributing, giving the good donation to their colleges. Do you know actually the famous, well-known alumni of your college?
Vishweshwara, sir, on whose birth anniversary the Engineers Day is celebrated.
Okay, then I'm talking about the recent alumni.
Recent.
Okay, who have done their name in industries, okay, or in different fields.
Bajaj.
Which Bajaj?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall his name because actually they are associated with the mechanical engineer, so I never thought to.
So there is a branch divided.
Branch divide. There is a division of interest, sir. We can say like that. No, like the branch divide, sir.
Okay. So civil engineering, actually, have you actually searched any job in civil engineering?
During my last year, we had a placement season, sir. So I applied for one of the company, like the Deshmukh company, and cleared the aptitude for that, sir. But meanwhile, after giving the aptitude and the declaration of results, sir, so I declared that. So I decided that I'm not going to do the job. So I'm going to prepare full time for the civil services, sir. So after that, I didn't appear for the interview, sir. So that.
For the different buildings in India, there are different type of structures. Like, so do you know their names? Type of structures.
Sir, like structures, there are multiple elements of structure, sir. For example, if you take the example of Taj Mahal, sir, there is a variation in the foundation of the Taj Mahal and the foundation of the Qutub.
Talking about type of structure. Gothic name, have you heard about it?
Which, sir?
Gothic.
Sir, Gothic the type of architecture, sir.
Architecture.
Yes, sir.
So structure architect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, architecture. So do you know these names?
Sir, Gothic architecture is mainly influenced by the British era or the British type of architecture, sir.
So can you say the building of CST railway station in Mumbai? So is it that architect?
Yes, sir. It's a Gothic type of architecture. We can say like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the difference between this civil engineering and architect?
So architecture is generally concerned with the aesthetic view of the structure, sir. While the civil engineering generally concerned with the structural stability of the building, sir.
Okay. They just look after the aesthetic.
Aesthetic, maybe it may be exterior or the interior structure, sir. But the structural stability is majorly the domain of the civil engineer, sir.
Okay. Okay. So in civil engineering, you see nowadays we are not using those kiln bricks. Right? We are using the different bricks,
Yes, sir.
like suppose fly ash bricks.
Yes, sir.
So are there advantages than the old those bricks?
So yes, sir. There are advantage. They are advantage. Hence, the brick or the bricks, or the mud bricks are getting phased out. With the AAC blocks or the fly ash blocks are being used in the urban areas, sir.
What are its advantages?
The faster construction, sir. The durability, the cost effectiveness, and the another is the environmental angle, sir. Because the bricks are made from the excavation of mud from the river bed, sir. So it is hazardous to the river plane, sir. So the environmental angle comes into the picture, sir.
Are they durable?
Yes, sir. AAC blocks are more durable than the burnt bricks, sir.
Okay. And which recent technology actually came into civil engineering nowadays?
Sir, there are multiple technologies that are coming in the era of civil engineering, sir. If you take the case of concrete, sir, self-healing concrete is in the picture, sir, whereby the bacillus bacteria are used to heal the cracks in the concrete, sir. If you take the consideration of concrete, sir. If you take the consideration of the technology, sir, full depth reclamation technology used for the road construction, sir. If you take the example of the structural engineering, sir, the multiple softwares are being developed to stimulate the structural stability, sir. How the structure is going to behave if the loads are being applied, sir. So the domain of civil engineering changing from place to place. Multiple techniques are being added.
Actually, your college is giving you now BTech degree, right?
Yes, sir.
Instead of actually engineering degree.
Yes, sir.
So what is different between this engineering and BTech?
There is two things, sir. One is the Bachelor of Technology, sir, and the Bachelor of Engineering degree, sir. Sir, I don't know the exact difference, but can I take a guess? The autonomous colleges are generally giving the Bachelor of Technology degree, sir, and the colleges which are associated with the universities are giving the Bachelor of Engineering degree, sir.
Okay, what is engineering exactly? You are an engineer.
Yes, sir.
Why not actually Bachelor of Science in Civil? Why Bachelor of Engineer in Civil? Now how it is different than your basic science?
Engineering is generally associated with the practical things which are associated with us, sir. If you take the example of civil engineering, in which I have done my graduation, so civil engineering is generally associated with the design, construction, and maintenance of physical infrastructure, sir. So in humanities science, sir, we generally have the theoretical aspects, or we observe more in the society and we conceptualize on that, sir. Whereas in the engineering, sir, most of the work is associated with in the practical nature, sir.
Just to carry forward from that thread,
Yes.
you were talking about foundation.
Yes, sir.
Foundation of Taj Mahal is different, and then
Qutub Minar, sir.
what is the difference?
Sir, Taj Mahal is the foundation of Taj Mahal is raft plus well foundation, sir, because there is the problem of water scoring, sir. Whereas in case of Qutub Minar, sir, there is a foundation of raft plus pile foundation, sir. So depending on the type of the soil or the nature of the area where the monument is situated, nature of the foundation varies, sir.
What is pile foundation?
So pile foundation is a type of deep foundation in which 20 to 35 meter piles or isolated piles are bored into the ground, sir. So to take the load of the superstructure, sir.
Why not go for conventional foundation?
So, sir, the multiple factors are being taken into the consideration, sir, like the bearing capacity of the soil, sir, like or the depth of the soil, or the structure of or the load of the superstructure, sir. How much the load superstructure is giving on the soil, sir. So,
okay, Birdev, tell me one thing. You have been living in Pune for graduation, right?
yes, sir.
Can you talk about drawbacks of construction activities going on in Pune?
So major is one is the air pollution, sir. The air quality index of the Pune is in the very poor category, sir. Another is the
Construction industry is contributing to it.
construction industry, like particularly the particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter 10, sir, are contributing to air pollution, sir. Another is the noise pollution which they are acquiring. For example, if the construction is taking place beside or the nearby the hospital areas which are the silent zones, sir, so they are contributing to the noise pollution in that silent zone area, sir. Another is the major river pollution, sir. The rivers of the Pune are polluted, sir. So there are multiple sources, point or non-point sources, which are contributing to the heavier pollution, sir. So the construction activities are contributing to the multiple levels of pollution, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me, in Indian conditions, which road construction is preferable, concrete roads or beautiful roads?
Sir, the choice of road pavements, sir, varies from the condition to condition, sir. There are certain
That
conditions.
is why I specifically asked in Indian conditions. Maybe you can take an example of the region for that.
If you take the cases where the heavy rainfall is taking place, then that scenario, the rigid pavements are more suitable than the flexible pavements, sir. Because the flexible pavements have the drawback of washout, sir. There is the issue of the capillary action of the water, sir, and the high maintenance cost is associated with flexible pavement. But in case of rigid pavement, more durable, sir, less maintenance cost is associated, sir.
Alright. Tell me what do you understand by animal domestication?
Animal domestication, the integral part of the integrated farming, sir.
What is the concept of it? Okay, let me put it this way. What is the difference between animal keeping and animal domestication?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the exact difference.
While
But I will surely
Yes.
read about it.
While discussing one of the questions on religion, like in the initial part of the interview, you mentioned Nainas and Alvars.
Yes, sir.
Who were they?
Sir, Nainars are the followers of the Shiva, sir, and Alvars are the followers of Vishnu, sir.
Are they merely followers? Were they merely followers?
Followers in the sense, sir, the intensity of following may varies from person to person, sir.
No, they were saints. They were bhakti saints.
Okay, like
Those who were dedicated to devotionalism,
path shown by Shiva,
or either Shiva or
Vishnu.
Vishnu. Do you see any kind of impact that they had on society at that time?
So the Alvars and Nainars are the integral part of the Bhakti movement. So that had impacted the Indian society as a whole, sir. From that, likewise the Bhakti movement. If you take a broader version of the Alvars and Nainars, sir, they emphasized on the personalized devotion to the God, sir, rather than emphasizing on the role of intermediary, sir. So another is the development of the local languages. So the saints emphasized on the preaching in the local languages so that masses can associate themselves with the God, sir. Earlier was the Sanskrit was the language used. It was a very difficult language, sir. So that were the major emphases, sir. The literature came to be transferred from the Sanskritic languages to the vernacular languages, sir.
So this is impact on literature and religion we're talking about.
Sir,
So what is the impact on society? You are right regarding religion and language. What is the impact? What was the impact on society?
society came to be like the people came to be associated with themselves, sir. Like the personalized devotion with the God, sir. So that helped to emphasize on the humanism, sir. So human to human relation improved with the help of the Bhakti movement, sir. Another is the caste rigidities or the religious rigidities which were prevalent at that time, sir. This Bhakti movement helped to minimize that rigidities or the fractures in the society, sir. Because the saints who came from without any caste or without any creed, sir, so they devoted to the God with the whole background of the humanism, sir.
One question regarding the job that you had to take up because of COVID situation.
Yes,
Do you really think postal department is relevant in this age?
yes, sir.
How?
Sir, India Post has adapted itself to the changing times of the technology, sir. Nowadays, the government, the India Post is providing the India Post payment bank accounts, which are digital accounts, sir. Another is the digital money transfer is happening from the India Post amount, sir. And the post offices in the villages are acting as a common service centers. If you take the example of the government of Maharashtra, the government is implementing multiple schemes, sir, like the PM Kisan Direct Benefit Transfer, sir. So farmers are going to the post office to withdraw the money in the bank account, sir. So
So why can't we use banking then? This core banking job. Why are we not transferring that to banking? Why are we sticking to postal department?
So the network of the postal department is very much wider than the banking network, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, just one last question from my side. The conditions in Afghanistan are quite volatile
Yes,
ever
sir.
since US exited from Afghanistan.
Yes.
In recent news, there was mention of conflict between Pakistan and Taliban.
Yes, sir.
What is the significance of this development from India's perspective?
Initially, it was thought that the Pakistan had the role, or the Pakistan has the deeper role in the establishing the Taliban in the Afghanistan, sir. But the disturbing the relation between the Afghanistan and Pakistan, so creating the void, sir, so that it can help to improve India its relation with the Afghanistan, sir. The presently considering the Taliban as the state in the Afghanistan, sir. So sidelining the Pakistan with the Afghanistan and increasing the India's role in the Afghanistan, sir. So.
Mr. Birdev,
Yes, sir.
we were talking about India Post.
Yes, sir.
You said India Post has a night bus, and it's playing a multi-purpose role as well.
Yes.
So recently, the Indian government of India has come up with the multi-purpose PSAs. Have you heard of multi-purpose PSAs?
Sir.
Primary Agricultural
Credit societies, sir. Yes, sir.
So why these credit societies are now being called as multi-purpose?
Sir, government is requiring the primary agriculture credit societies which are existing in the multiple villages to take up the multiple jobs, sir. For example, presently the PSCS are distributing the loans to the farmers, sir. But government requires the PSCS to take up the multiple jobs, sir. For example, to procure the food grains at the minimum support prices, sir, and to distribute their food grains to the PDS shops, sir. So that the expenditure which is incurred by the government in the centralized administration, which can be minimized, sir, and the strengthening of PSCS can help us to better improve the agriculture productivity. Like, sir, PSCS are developing the warehousing facilities, sir. So that pre-distress sale which is taking place in case of non-availability of actual market prices, farmers can store their produce in the warehouses managed by the PSCS, and they can sell their produce at the time where the market prices are more, sir. So the multifunction role which the PSCS is required to perform, so they are called as a multi-purpose primary agricultural credit society, sir.
The community from which you are coming, that community is demanding reservation in state of Maharashtra. The community has already a reservation, but it want to shift from a particular group to another group. So what is your stand on that? Do you support shifting from that group to another group of reservation?
Sir, if you divide the question in the two sets, sir, if you take the example in the short term, sir, and in the long term, sir, the demand of the community to shift from the nomadic tribe C category, which is generally considered under the other backward classes, sir, to the scheduled tribe category, the socio-cultural milieu of the shepherd community, they are traveling from one places to another places, are similar with the tribal livelihoods, sir, and they are mostly dependent on the forest-based livelihoods, sir, as far as the shepherd community is concerned. And another, if you take the legal side of that, sir, there is the mention of the Dhangad in the ST list of Maharashtra. So the government of Maharashtra has already declared that there are no Dhangads in the state of the Maharashtra. So if you take in case of the long term, sir, I would suggest that the Dhangad community should be included in the scheduled tribes category, sir. But in case of if you take the short term measures, sir, generally the reservation itself is not going to improve the situation substantially, sir. So, sir, if you emphasize on the major demands behind the reservation, sir, primarily it is in the education and the employment sector, and we minimize the concerns of that community in the both sectors, sir. Likewise, if you provide them a fee waiver in the educational institutions, as far as the higher education institution is concerned, and in the employment is concerned, if you give them the priority or the skill development to upskill or reskill them, so these concerns can be minimized, sir. So the demand can be withered in the short term period, sir, and the social harmony can be maintained intact, sir, without disturbing the law and order situation, sir.
Okay, one last question, Mr.
Yes.
What do you understand by kinetic footfall? Have you heard of kinetic footfall?
Sir, kinetic footfall is the new developing technology in the civil engineering, sir, whereby the LEDs are placed in the footpath, sir, whereby the kinetic load of the people walking on the place is captured by the lights, and that energy is emitted in the form of light energy, sir, during the night time, sir.
Excellent. Thank you so much. You really.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir.